What is up, YouTube? Riley White here, back with another MLB The Show 19 video for you guys. And in today's video, we are once again one day away from another roster update. And like I've done every time there's going to be a roster update, I like to predict who I think will go up from silver to gold, gold to diamond. I do predict one player that could go down from diamond to gold. I have a couple diamond in the rough cards that I think could go up from just either their commons or their bronze players that have been doing really, really well this year. And so yeah, anyways, we're going to start over. I'm going to come over to the community market. I'm going to do it this way. So the first person we are going to go to, we're going to go over to the Oakland Athletics from the AL West. This team, they've kind of surprised a little people this year. I thought they would be better than they were last year, but they're not really on track to get a lot of wins compared to what they had last year. Last year, I feel like it was just kind of a fluke season. They don't have enough pieces yet. But there's one guy that I think could go up, and that is a diamond in the rough player, and we're talking about Ramon Laureano. So far this year, this guy's been really, really good, and you guys know what he does in the field. This guy's got probably the best arm in the outfield in the entire league. This guy, 99 arm strength in the game. Obviously, I don't think his fielding attribute could be touched, but what I think could be touched is his hitting attributes. On his card so far, he has 60-52 contact with 52-45 power and 42 vision with 53 discipline and 54 clutch. Those just aren't good stats, and the only reason he really is a 74 is because of his fielding. But he is close to a silver, and I think he could definitely go up there because so far this year, through 291 at-bats, he has 76 hits, 12 of them are home runs, so he is hitting for a little more power than what he did last year. He also has a 261 batting average, which is pretty decent. I mean, that's definitely better than only 60 and 52 contact. He has 37 RBIs, a 306 on-base percentage, which is a little low. I think he could definitely get that up. And his OPS, his slugging is 440 and OPS is 746. So I think Ramon Laureano could definitely get a little bit of a boost on his hitting attributes. That is, like I said, he does have 12 home runs and 37 RBIs, but his batting average isn't bad. I mean, last year I think he hit a little worse than this year. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I think this year he's definitely proved that he can definitely go up to a silver. Only a 74 overall. I believe at the start of the year he was lower than a 74. Actually, I can't even remember to be exact, but I think he definitely should be going up to a silver. His hitting is definitely not bad. I know I say definitely a lot, and I probably should not, but yeah, I think, like I said, his fielding shouldn't be touched. I mean, 99 arm strength, 95 arm accuracy. This guy's one of the best fielders in the entire league. His hitting, though, I think could push him up to a silver. The next player for the diamond in the rough category, I have three players. This is the second of the three. We're going over to my beloved Blue Jays, and so far this year has not been a kind year for them. They're one of the worst teams in the league, which was expected. They're not very good, but there's one guy that's actually been tearing it up since being recalled, and we're talking about Lourdes Gurriel Jr. This guy has been super, super important to the team lately. He's been really the best offensive player pretty much probably throughout the whole year. He missed quite a little while of time because he was sent down. At the start of the year, he was a shortstop second baseman, and for some reason when he was playing second base, he just couldn't throw it to first. He literally lost his accuracy. His arm accuracy, I guess, in this game is 57, which isn't great, but if you look at the rest of his fielding attributes, it's kind of similar. 68 arm strength, which is why he is a shortstop in the game. But he was sent down to AAA, and ever since coming back up, he has been on an absolute tear. They did push him to left field, and I'm assuming after the roster update tomorrow, his primary position will be left field, or I don't know if they might put him in right field and what. But he has been playing a lot of left field, and honestly, his fielding has been really, really good. He's made quite a few diving plays. He has 6 outfield assists. I can't remember the exact date that he was recalled, but it wasn't very long ago. I think he's played 39 games since then, 38 maybe. And listen to these stats because almost all of these were at 0 beforehand. He has, so far through pretty much 38 games, he has 12 home runs, a 304 batting average, 27 runs, 30 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a 351 on base percentage, a 615 slugging, and a 965 OPS. And one thing that I really enjoy about Gurriel is that he's still young. I mean, he is kind of a prospect for us. Like, I think There's a lot of potential in this guy. I mean, his brother, Yuli Gurriel for the Astros, is in the league as well, and he's not a bad player by all means at all. I think Lourdes Gurriel can definitely be a good player. He's still only 25 years old. He's got a lot of time left. He still hasn't hit his prime. He's been playing. He's been our 3-hitter lately, and he's definitely been doing really, really good. I think Gurriel could definitely go up. Maybe not to a silver, but he should at least get a little bit of recognition as to how well he's been playing. He's also been pimping the home runs. He just had a 2-home-run game against the Yankees. He went like 3 for 4 with a double and 2 home runs. It seems like he's been hitting a home run every single game. Like I said, he had 0 home runs before he got recalled, and I think he only had 7 RBIs. So he has 23 RBIs and 12 home runs since being recalled, and that wasn't that long ago. So he's definitely doing really, really good. Hopefully he can keep it up because, I mean, there's not very many bright sides to this Blue Jays team besides the young talent that we have, like Gurriel, like Jansen, obviously Vlad. I mean, we have Cavan Biggio, we have Bo Bichette in the farm system. We got Sean Reed-Foley, Ryan Barucki. We got a lot of young guys, and hopefully some of them can pan out because I want to see this team in contention again. But it seems like Gurriel has been doing really, really good. Hopefully he can get a boost up in his attributes. The last diamond in the rough player, we're going back to the Rangers. This guy's, I think he's been on almost every single one of my videos so far this year and predictions and whatnot. We were talking about Hunter Pence. This guy, so far this year has been really, really good. I'm not even going to bring up his stats because if you guys have been watching baseball, you guys know what he's been doing. He's hitting around like 280, 290. He's been a really good DH guy for the Rangers. He doesn't really play in the field anymore. He's 35 years old. He can't really move around as agile as he used to be. He pretty much got let go by the Giants. The Giants pretty much told him, you're old now. You don't have any room on a major league roster. And he came over to the Rangers. He signed out. It was just a very small deal. And so far this year, he's been amazing. He's definitely proved that I think he should have went up to a silver a long time ago. He's been really, really good this year. He's got like 15 home runs. He's driven in quite a few runs. I mean, this guy I think he's second right now in the DH voting for the American League All-Star Game, and that shows a lot considering he was pretty much released from the Giants, and I don't think there's a single Giants player that's even in running to be in the All-Star Game. Actually, I think Mad Bum will probably make it in just because every team needs a representative, but anyways, Hunter Pence, you guys got to put him up, please. For our first silver to gold player, we are going over to probably one of the hottest teams in the entire league. We're talking about the Minnesota Twins. Jorge Polanco, this guy's pretty much been an MVP candidate this year. He's been super, super good. The one thing that I really think could maybe limit him, I actually don't have his defensive stats up right now, so I'm not quite sure whether he's been a good defender this year or not. But just by the look of his stats this year on the card, I mean, he's definitely not a great defender, especially for shortstop. I don't know if he's been playing second or third. Probably mainly short for the Twins because they have Scope and they also have Sano playing third base some as well. So I'm assuming he's been playing shortstop, but correct me if I'm wrong. Definitely, I really think that his hitting stats should be going up. So far this year, he's hitting over 300. He has 13 home runs or something like that. He's got like 40 some ribbies. This guy's been really, really good this year. MVP candidate for sure. And if he doesn't get into the All-Star game, man, I know he'll definitely get in, but if he doesn't start, man, I don't know why. I don't know what MLB's doing whenever they're just letting it be a complete fan vote. You look at guys like Stanton and Judge. Considering Judge has only played like 20 games this year, and he's in running to pretty much make an all-star starting team, like Aaron Judge does not deserve it. He's doing all right when he's been playing, but he hasn't played. I don't know why they do it the way they do. Hopefully they do change it because I do not like the way the MLB All-Star Game is ran so far. I can't remember how long they've been doing the complete fan vote for the All-Star Game, but it's been terrible, man. They got to change it. And Jorge Polanco, I mean, Minnesota is kind of a small market. They don't have a lot of big names, even though this team has been really, really good this year. They don't have a lot of big names, so a lot of them will not make the team. Guys like Max Kepler has been really, really good this year. C.J. Cron's been really, really good. Even players like Jonathan Scope, Byron Buxton's been really, really good this year. Scope's been hitting for power. These guys definitely deserve to be in the All-Star game, whether they make it or not. Eddie Rosario has 20-some home runs so far, but they're not going to make the All-Star game. They probably will, but they won't make it into the starting team if they even make it at all. I don't have the All-Star voting with me right now, or I would say whether they're going to make it in or not. But some guys, like I just mentioned, probably will not make it. But I do think Jorge Polanco should go up to a gold. He's been really, really good this year. I mean, he's a switch hitter, which definitely helps. He's been an MVP candidate, and so far, I mean, I don't know what he's batting like 310, last I checked, like 312, 314 or something like that. But Jorge Polanco has been really, really good this year for the Minnesota Twins. I really think he should go up to a gold. The second player we have on silver to gold predictions, we are going over to the Arizona Diamondbacks. This guy has been super, super important this year. I believe he was part of the Gene Segura trade a couple of years ago that sent Gene Segura to the Seattle Mariners, brought Ketel Marte over. I think Taijuan Walker was also in that deal. But Ketel Marte has definitely outproven. He has definitely proven a lot of people wrong. The first couple of years that he was with the Diamondbacks, he wasn't very great. I mean, he wasn't very special at all. More of a defensive guy, even though if you look at his defensive stats, he's not very good. He's always been a speed guy, but this year he has been amazing. Ketel Marte, I think, is definitely the most underrated player in the entire league. If you look at his stats so far this year, a lot of you guys probably do not know that he has 20 home runs so far this year, including a very pimped home run. I forget who that was against. I'm drawing a blank, but it was whenever him, Peralta, and Gerard Dyson all hit back-to-back-to-back home runs. For some reason, I can't remember who that was off of, but Ketel Marte's was pimped. He has definitely been proving that he has a lot of pop in his bat versus both sides. I mean, he's a switch hitter. His power in the game so far is 78 versus lefties. I think his definitely should go up versus righties as well. Especially after that pimped home run, man. I love watching that. He's got a beautiful swing. But anyways, I'm going to get into his stats because I can't just talk about his player on the court, or on the field, sorry. But he has so far this year through 300, oh my God, he has 316 at-bats. 100 hits exactly, so he's up there towards the top of the league in hits. He has 20 home runs. He's batting .316, so it's not just pop. He's definitely putting it on the field in all different categories. He has 54 runs, 51 RBIs. He also has 4 stolen bases, which, I mean, that's not a lot. 75 speed. Maybe it could go down a little bit. I'm not quite sure. He has a .364 on-base percentage, a .585 slugging, and a .950 OPS, which is towards the top in the league. Definitely, Ketel Marte should definitely go gold. I don't know why he hasn't so far. He's been a really good player. The Diamondbacks have kind of proven a lot of people wrong when they let go Goldschmidt, when they traded him away to the Cardinals. A lot of people kind of doubted the Diamondbacks and thought they were just going to go into rebuild mode, but a lot of people have proven them wrong, Ketel Marte being one of them. I think he really deserves to go up to a gold. The last silver to gold prediction that we are going to have today, we're going over the New York Mets, and I'm going to talk about Jeff McNeil as well because this guy's been really, really good this year. A very underrated player. He's up towards the top of the league in batting average. I don't know how he hasn't went up so far. I mean, he's definitely not hitting for pop, but I mean, his contact and vision is definitely right. But I think the guy that I think could go up to a gold is Pete Alonso. This guy has been super, super good for the Mets this year. The Mets have kind of been disappointing. A lot of people predicted them to be pretty much the top in the NL East, but unfortunately I think they're below 500. They're below, they're not doing very good. I was one of the guys that actually did not predict them to do very good. I predicted them not even to make the playoffs, but Pete Alonso has been really good. Rookie, he's only 24 years old. He at the start of the year he was like a 70. I don't know what he was actually, and he's definitely went up in the overall category. And so far this year, he's kind of on trail to break Cody Bellinger's rookie record for home runs that he set a couple years ago with 39 in the NL. So far this year, he has 27 home runs, so he only needs 12 to tie it, and we're not even halfway through the season. Pete Alonso, so far this year, he has 82 hits and 292 at-bats, 27 home runs, a .281 batting average, so his batting average has went up. That's kind of why I put him on here, because his averages went up. There for a little while, he was only hitting like 250, 255, so he's been turning it up a little bit lately on the batting average side. He has 61 RBIs, which is towards the top in the entire league, a .371 on-base percentage, a .634 slugging, and over a 1,000 OPS, which is towards the top of the league. It's very hard to have over 1,000 OPS, and Pete Alonso being a rookie, that's very, very stellar. I think his contact is really the only thing that needs to go up. Being a first baseman, his fielding, that's all right to be that low. His vision may go up a little bit. I don't have his strikeout numbers, but he is hitting .281. So, I mean, his vision, I mean, he can't be striking out that many times if his vision is only at 41. He has a .281 batting average. I mean, his contact is probably the only stat that could go up. He has 84 and 88 pop. Maybe that goes up a little bit more as well, but I think Pete Alonso could go gold, and it seems a lot of people think that as well if you look at his price. Same with Jeff McNeil being at 1,100 stubs. These two guys have been pretty much the two brightest sides to the New York Mets organization this year. Robinson Cano has not been good. Noah Syndergaard has not been good. DeGrom hasn't been what he was last year. Edwin Diaz has been all right, I suppose. Wilson Ramos hasn't been great. Seth Lugo has been actually pretty good. Zach Wheeler. I mean, a lot of these important guys haven't been great. Which I predicted. I just did not predict this team to be very good. I don't know why a lot of people thought they were going to make the playoffs, let alone be the World Series champions. Shout out to Draftneck Mark for saying that. I have no idea what was going through his head when he predicted that. But yeah, anyways, that's going to conclude the silver to gold. We're going to go over on to the gold to diamond predictions. Our first of I only have 2 gold to diamond predictions, and our first one is from the Tampa Bay Rays. We're talking about Charlie Morton. This guy just recently went up to an 84 overall. I think I was talking about him in my last update prediction that I predicted him to go to diamond, but it was kind of a far-fetched prediction because, I mean, he hasn't shown a whole lot. He's kind of a quiet guy. The Tampa Bay Rays haven't been, I mean, they're really, really good this year, but the Tampa Bay Rays are kind of a low market considering I think they're lowest in the league in attendance. The Tampa Bay Rays don't get a lot of recognition, but Charlie Morton has been really, really good this year. That whole pitching staff has been good, besides Blake Snell, which I'll get to that later. But Charlie Morton has been really, really good this year. He actually, I think, just picked up his first 2 losses, which was just recently. So far this year, he has an 8-2 win-loss record with a 2.4 ERA, which is a little higher than what it was, I believe, 2 weeks ago when I predicted him to go diamond. Also, so far, he has 100 innings pitched with 120 strikeouts and a 1.05 whip, which is really, really good. If some of you guys don't know what whip means, I'm assuming most of you guys do, but this is kind of a stat that I just learned a couple of years ago, what whip means. Whip is pretty much walks and hits per inning pitched. So if he only gives up 1.5 walks or hits per innings pitched, that's really, really good. I think Charlie Morton should get the recognition that he deserves and go up to an 85 overall. The only thing that I think could be holding him back is that he is 35 years old. Some of these guys at San Diego Studios might look at that and think, oh, he's not going to be a diamond for long. Why should we put him up? He's getting up there in age, but he's been kind of like fine wine, just pretty much like Justin Verlander. He gets better with age. He's been really, really good the past couple of years. Ever since he moved over to Houston, it seems like that pitching staff definitely proved that his career is not over. He had quite a few down years with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then whenever he signed with the Rays, I thought, oh, that's just kind of a low-key signing. He won't be the great pitcher that he was last year, but he's been better, honestly. He's been better. Last year he had a really good year. This year he's doing even better. I think if you look at his stats, I think the only thing that could go up could probably be his Ks for 9. I don't know how far away he is from being a 85 overall. His stamina is 82 as well. I mean, he has 100 innings pitched. I don't know. He has 120 strikeouts through 100 innings pitched, so he's averaging over a strikeout per inning. So maybe his Ks per 9 do go up a little bit. I don't have how many home runs he has given up so far this year, so I don't know how many he has given up. And same with walks. I don't have that stat on me right now, but I think Charlie Morton should definitely deserve to go up to a diamond. If he won't this week, hopefully he can continue his hot streak and keep going, and maybe within 2 weeks he will again. The second of 2 gold to diamond predictions. We're going over to the Kansas City Royals. This guy is probably, if I forget who it was, Ketel Marte was the guy that I thought was the most underrated player in the league. This guy is definitely the most underrated player in the league. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. Whit Merrifield. The Kansas City Royals haven't been good in a while. Ever since 2015, whenever they made the World Series, that was the only year that they've been good. Ever since then, they pretty much broke everything up. Hosmer's not there anymore. Salvador Perez isn't what he was. They let go of Wade Davis. They traded away Wade Davis. Ventura passed away, unfortunately. Edison Volquez isn't there. Johnny Cueto was there that year, and he's not anymore. A lot of their key players aren't there anymore. Lorenzo Cain isn't there. But Whit Merrifield has been amazing the past couple years, not even just this year. Last year, he led the league in the entire league in hits and stolen bases. And so far this year, he is leading the league once again in hits. Stolen bases, he is not leading the league. His teammate, actually, Adalberto Mondesi, is leading the league in stolen bases. But Whit Merrifield, an 82 overall, he's been a gold for quite a while. He hasn't went up from an 82 overall in a while. I think he definitely deserves to go diamond, and I don't know if anyone else should think different, honestly. So far this year, through 340 at bats, he has 103 hits, 11 home runs, which is not bad at all. A 303 batting average, which is definitely really, really good. 42 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, a 349 on base percentage, a 503 slugging, and an 852 OPS. Whit Merrifield, man, this guy's very, very underrated. Kansas City, once again, they're not a big market, so maybe a lot of people will not like to see Whit Merrifield be a diamond. I think he deserves it, man. His power numbers might go up as well. He does have 11 home runs. His contact versus righty should go up a little bit. I don't have his splits on me either. His vision maybe should go up as well. His speed, I don't know, man. All of his stats maybe are a little underrated besides contact versus lefties. His power, I mean, he had I think he had 21 home runs last year, 19 maybe, right around the 20 range, and he's on pace to break that this year. His power maybe should go up. Contact, like I said. Whit Merrifield has been very, very good once again this year, the most underrated player in the entire league. I think he should go diamond. Okay, so for my one diamond to gold prediction, we are going over the Tampa Bay Rays once again, and I hate to say this because Blake Snell is one of my favorite players in the entire league, and he won the Cy Young last year, but so far this year, he actually got off to a pretty good start. His ERA was below 3, I do believe, but ever since then, he has not been great. His last, 4 starts, he has not been good at all. He gave up, 6 runs one game before getting an out, or before getting 2 outs. He, had another, I think his last 3 starts, he's given up, or he's only went through 6.1 innings, I do believe, and that's not good for 3 combined starts. Blake Snell's ERA is well above 5 right now. His whip is 1.5, so he's given up a lot of hits and walks. He's not striking out as many players as he once did last year, and so far, I mean, at the start of the year, he was striking out a lot of people, but lately he has been walking a lot. I think that one start he gave up 6 walks and no strikeouts. His Ks per 9 might go down. His hits per 9 probably should go down. His clutch probably should go down. Other than that, I don't know what else could go down. He's still a really good pitcher. A Cy Young last year. He went 21-5 last year, so he definitely deserves Cy Young. I thought he was the best pitcher in the American League last year, but so far this year, he's just not very good. Unfortunately, I really like Blake Snell. With me being a Blue Jays fan, we get to face the Rays quite a bit, so I do get to see Blake Snell pitch, and I really like what he does on the mound. He always pitches well against the Blue Jays, which kind of sucks for us, but I mean, we don't have anybody really anyways, so it's all right. I mean, Blake Snell, very, very dominant pitcher, but unfortunately, he's just not been great this year, so I think he could go down to a gold. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I apologize that this is uploaded a little later in the day. I was busy earlier and I wasn't home in time to record, so I'm recording this right now at 6 o'clock. Hopefully it's up before too late at night. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Get set, go, take off.